there's no excuses though why the main event these guys couldn't gel together because they're all friends. We got to see the inner circle go at each other, and it was really a breakdown between what we see as the core group, Santana and Ortiz, taking on two really teams that have come together recently. We got Sammy Hagar, which was great seeing Sammy Hagar having a little pre-match segment there, little promo.
Yeah, that was pretty fun to add
I thought
that
that was
in
cool.
for those kids who don't know who Sammy Hagar is.
Yeah, that was kind of cool.
But before we got into the match, we had two separate backstage promos, and MJF, of course, just being just pure gold on the mic and just so smooth when he speaks. Talking about a rat orgy in a microwave or something, Alex Marvez's breath, and I was just like, how do you think of this?
Yeah, gross. Yeah.
Oh my gosh! And then
yeah.
I love the fact that the constant running on thin ice between Sammy and MJF. We're not there yet. We're the fist pound. So, and then announcers agreed too. So that was really great. And
let's touch on that. Yeah,
yeah.
Let's touch on that really quick, just because, this is one of those moments where, again, we've talked about it. The MJF giving the speech to Hager.
Mm-hmm.
This was another example where I feel like he's planting these seeds of dissent against Jericho. I don't know how if you're on board with this or not, but it feels like, even in this moment where he said, guys, if it were up to me, we wouldn't even be having this match, but Jericho is our leader and we got to go and we're going to do what he has to say. And like quite openly in that moment with Marvez, right? Openly asking Chris, are you sure? Are you sure? And it was Jericho who said, yes, we got to do this. We got to fight. I have a feeling that this is we talk about the breadcrumbs. MJF is slowly planting these breadcrumbs where there's going to be sort of that Judas. They're going to turn on Jericho. I have a feeling that we're starting to see more and more of that, where he's starting to plant the seeds. He's already won over Santana and Ortiz a little bit. You can see it happening.
Yeah, and who know? I mean, we're going to probably get the ultimate swerve of what's going to ultimately happen with this inner circle, and still not ready for them to break up because there's just so much talent in this group. And if you start to spread the wealth throughout the card, then yes, obviously it's better for the whole business and the whole company. And in this match itself, we got to see kind of Sammy Hagar looking like these baby faces. Hagar was kind of feeding into the crowd. They worked very well together. But, Sammy really stole the show in terms of his performance in the ring.
Mm-hmm.
And, I tweeted it out that I think we saw a star-making performance by Sammy Guevara tonight in the ring, which what he did. And sure enough, Sammy liked it, and he knows he is there for it and all supporting it. But I mean, he was featured so much, the high flying and the flips and then the showboating, and right off the bat, he came out strong.
Oh yeah.
And it was unfortunate the way it ended. I really was rooting for Sammy and Hagar, which was honestly like the bottom of my list of those three of wanting to win, but they told the story where you want them to win. And so of course I did pick, MJF and Jericho to win. It just made sense to, them being the leaders. Maybe there's going to be some great storytelling down the line. Those guys are so good. So where they go from here, I'm not sure. I'm sure they'll just essentially be focusing on them, and I feel like pushing the rest of the inner circle a little bit away and be like, oh, we're the tag team, we're the focus more than they already are.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. What do you think goes from there? This match itself, I wanted 30 minutes out of it. I wanted more time out of it.
Yeah.
It was definitely an elite. There was a lot of star power in this. And, MJF being the coward he is, didn't get a tag till the last 2 minutes of the match. And so it very felt rushed finish, and you just wanted more. As I was seeing the clock tick down, I'm like, they didn't, it was maybe a 12-minute match at most. And I was kind of bummed about that.
Off that Cody match. Yeah, I know.
Right? Yeah, they could have done that.
I feel like for me, on this one, SPD, it was like, and they had so many moments where the inner circle, that chemistry and how they know each other. They had a lot of little gag moments where it was like, man, they try to jam so much in such tight time, like the Dynamite Diamond ring, right? Like there were so many little things where you wanted to. I agree. Give it a little bit more time to flesh this out. Like this is a big match, and we talk about the Inner Circle, you talk about star power in a group.
Yep.
There's no other stable in wrestling that has that kind of star power, especially in AEW. I mean, this group definitely they command respect every time they're on in a segment. They're entertaining. They definitely steal the show. I feel like for me, it's one of those times where I look at SPD. It's like I don't want this team to break up because there's a fear of what will happen if you spread these guys out. Right now, you can control it. You have all of them on. Anytime that they're together, they're in a segment, you know that Santana and Ortiz are going to get FaceTime. You know Hager's going to have his FaceTime. Sammy. Breaking them up right now, especially after what I saw tonight, I worry a little bit about what I see out of Santana and Ortiz, right? Like, what would happen to them? I was really pulling for Santana and Ortiz to win. I'm a tag team guy. I feel like chemistry means something. I feel like that tandem offense, I really wanted them to pull away. And I think that those guys have – you mentioned Sammy. I feel like I'm getting some more babyface vibes out of Santana and Ortiz too. Man.
Okay.
So personally, I'm starting to see a little bit more moving in that direction. So I don't know, man. I think that the way that this match ended kind of cheating to win is certainly going to leave the other members of the Inner Circle a little salty still. It makes me wonder if they're truly going to be like Jericho wanted. They're going to be at peace and they're going to be done. They're going to get it out of their system and go at, and like, I don't know, man, like you lose like that.
Sammy's going to be pissed.
Yeah. You lose like that. I don't think that you're going to be just accepting it. And I think that that's going to be another situation where Jericho's going to tell them like, basically accept it. It's over. We won, you win by any means necessary. Maybe it's a teaching lesson for these guys or whatever, but I felt like you nailed it. This was more than anybody in this match. This felt like a Sammy Guevara match. This felt like
good segue because we both picked Sammy as our top performer, and
really,
just so everyone knows, I don't tell you my top performer. I ask you so I can get these graphics up and running. And I picked Sammy before I asked you yours because I always pick mine ahead of time, so I'm not influenced at all. And as I was going through this, I had Hangman in mind to start. And then I was like, okay. And then this match come on. And then Sammy's doing some great stuff. And then more great stuff. And then more great stuff. And I was like, okay, yep. Sammy just really showed some growth. And he cut a heck of a promo on Dark last night. If you saw that, man, he was like, I'm going to hold every belt and this. It doesn't matter who it is. I'm coming for you, Darby or Kenny, and it was great, man. He's the best, and how, it's no secret that he came in here because of Jericho, but Jericho scouted him. It's not because they're friends. It's his talent is what got him here. And so his promo on Dark, if anyone hasn't seen it, go back and watch Dark on 119 of Sammy Guevara. And he really impressed me tonight, which isn't surprising because he's an outstanding worker in the ring. But out of a talent of this caliber match, for him to stand out says a lot.
Well said. Yeah, well said. I mean, when you have Hall of Famers like Jericho, you have everybody's favorite heel like MJF in the match, a polished tag team, like Santana and Ortiz, and everybody's buzzing about you. You're doing something right. I felt like Sammy. This is one of those, those moments we've known that Sammy had potential as far as a babyface on his own, and he's had glimpses where he stood up to Jericho in the past and things like that. But tonight, his promo work in the backstage segment felt natural. It felt good with MJF and the crew. I felt like more than normal, he was given a platform on Dynamite to showcase what he's capable of. I don't know, man. Sammy's offense has babyface written all over it to me, right? I mean, Sammy's offense has top babyface written all over it. It's just like you want to see this guy week in and week out pushing the limits of what he's capable of doing and dropping your jaw in the process. He's just an absolute Spanish god. He's unbelievable as far as his offense. He makes it look easy. And I think that even with the way the match ended, as you alluded to, he, of all the crew, was particularly unhappy, particularly pissed off about how he felt like he got jobbed out of that match. So I think that those seeds of dissension in Sammy were watered a little bit more tonight.
Yeah.
I definitely see him being the one who could potentially break away as the babyface leader. I agree with you on that. There was an excellent showing by Sammy. If you don't, like SPD said, if you didn't watch the promo on Dark, go back and watch that. You missed any of this match tonight. It was fast paced. Like we talked about, they jammed a lot in a short period of time. Please make sure you go back, check that out, because Sammy showed a lot of his skills were, I mean, this why so many people believe that Sammy has the potential of being, and like we talked, AEW does not have a lot of big name baby faces on their card. Sammy is the type of guy who over the next year here, you could see really take another leap.